Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is a Sunday shift.
Happy Sunday, and thank you for shifting with us.
There you go. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about Sunday Shift. We so appreciate you for being here and for
Mhm.
all your support. We want to thank Glenda and Henry and Janice for your support in buying us coffees. If you look at Tanya's headphones, if you're on video, you will see that that went directly to that. um, and so just like all of y'all support makes it easy for us to like use StreamYard and to upload and all of those things that cost money because we really just in it for the love of the game. And so we appreciate y'all.
The love of the game.
We are. How are you doing, Tanya?
I'm doing good. It was kind of a slowish week at work, and so I've just been spending a lot of time relaxing. I had to work on Friday, but it was at home, and then I decided because a lot of my colleagues were like, "Okay, well, we're going to take the third off," and I was like, "No, I'll work, but I'm going to take Monday off." So I took Monday off. So,
Okay.
so I will have an extra day to chill. And so last night I just had a couple friends over, and we watched the Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary.
Oh, where's that? What's that
Surrounded,
on?
it's on HBO Max. It's Questlove is the one that did it, and we
Oh,
watched it surrounded by fireworks because East Oakland has no chill. They
none.
started fireworks at 8 and did not finish until like 3 or 4 a.m. So
I'm surprised they're finished now.
yeah, I mean they'll probably start up again later on in the afternoon. So, so yeah, we drank. I drank. I made a Moscow Mule. I actually
Ooh.
went shopping to replenish my bar. So now I have all the liquors and some other essentials to make a drink. And so we made Moscow Mules and had Square Pie Guys pizza and watched Earth, Wind, and
Ooh,
Fire.
one of my favorite pizzas. If you're in
Yes.
Oakland or if you ever stop in the Bay Area, Square Pie Guy, mm, a great
They
pizza.
have a flavor, a new flavor. I guess it maybe have been an old flavor, but they have a lemon pepper chicken flavor, which is
Oh, okay, good to know. Um,
awesome. Hi,
well, thanks for
everyone.
joining us. Some people are here. Hi,
Yeah.
Keita, Susan, Matt, Sabrina, Henry, um, Doc. Like, thank y'all so much for being here. I, my head, I was a space case, and I didn't even upload us to audio till like Wednesday. I was like, okay, I won't do that again. It's been a time, but
Mm,
we are here, we are grounded, and as somebody said, this was a good week. I'm excited to talk about this week with you,
yeah.
because I feel like sometimes often like we come in and we critique or whatever, but when it's time to give tens, we should give tens. And I love an umbrella story, and we
Hmm.
umbrellaed this week, friends. um
Yes. We had no black hospitals. I
yeah.
don't recall. So that is fine because we needed a break from Curtis and his shenanigans.
I was thinking about that too. I'm like, dang, how come one of my favorite weeks in such a long time was no Black Hospital? Ooh,
Right.
something to dive into. But
Yes.
anyway, tell me your performers of the week.
Well, I have to give it up to the cast, the whole cast. I mean, everybody did an amazing job, but there was some particular performances that tickled me.
Hmm.
So, shout out to all the cast, and shout out to those that are saying goodbye. Ryan Peavy, Andrew Hawks, who are saying goodbye. Well, at least for now. There's some spoilers going around that column isn't dead, but I don't know if that's true because it's
I think he's
spoilers that
gone.
yeah, spoilers that have AI images on there, so I'm not sure.
We know my trust.
Shout out to John Oliver for his guest appearance. But for me, my favorite performances was one from Mara West because first of all,
So
Ava
funny.
Jerome is the only one that will have the gall and the balls to stand up to Sidwell and say what she has to say and not be scared and looking good while doing it. So, love that this week. Also, shout out to Gary James Fuller, man, James
Yeah.
West. I mean, yes, I was like, oh, poor James is so sad. But for me, what really tickled me was his interaction with Tracy. I mean, the look on his face when he when she's asking him about flowers. It said to me, "Do I look like a botanist? Why are you asking this question?" And then finally, another big shout out to Carla Rota, who's been carted off to jail, but man, he was on 100 the whole time this week and
So
just full of it.
funny.
So just super shout out to him and his guest stints. I hope he's nominated. I hope Andrew Hawks is nominated for guest appearances because they did an amazing job with their characters. So those are the
Mhm.
shout outs that I have for this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's right. I think that like we really ensembled this week.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it felt so good to be excited for our show and to like
Hmm.
really appreciate what they were giving us. For me, I mean, all those performances, but I specifically want to hone in on Ryan,
Oh,
um,
yes. Right.
because I feel like I was never like a huge Nathan fan. I think that was just,
Mhm.
some old school, Naxie versus Pixie drama.
Yeah.
Um, but I always liked the actor. I never had a problem with the actor, but I just was, Nathan was like a little too straight laced for me. I kind of don't like the choir
Mhm.
boy thing. That's just like not my archetype for a character. Um, and so I remember the fans were not always kind to him. We know how
Right.
soap fans can get sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I was actually surprised that he was coming back because I was like, I know that he didn't. I remember him in a video one time. He was like getting interviewed, and somebody asked him about something with the soap, and he was like, "Oh, I'm surprised that people were asking for me because people weren't nice to me when I was there."
Yeah. Yeah. I
um,
remember saying that.
and I just feel like he came through and shut it down. Like he really did. He like shut down any doubt about him as an actor. I
Mhm.
felt like the Cassius Faison character really gave him this
Mhm.
ability to like play Nathan, play somebody else, be
Mhm.
a dad, but be an uncle, like
Mhm.
have these complicated relationships with like Liesel and
Mhm.
Nina. Um,
And
and
Brit.
I am looking for Brit.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to like the fallout from those relationships now that things are out. Because
Yeah.
I think Nina doesn't even know yet. So
Right.
yeah, I just feel like um what he was able to do in the goodbye scene he had with James broke my heart. They were so good together.
Mhm.
James really, the actor, really brings out the best in the actor that plays Cody and the
Mhm.
actor that plays Cassius. And so I
Mhm.
really, really enjoyed it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
also shout out to Kathleen Gotti, I mean, with Liesel. Liesel and everybody. It was hilarious, but she had some really poignant scenes with Liesel and Britt, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah.
Yeah. There's something I do want to touch on. Somebody was saying, I heard the actors have to put together and submit reels for the Emmys, which the show would do that for actors because there's been a lot of people deserving noms. So,
Hmm.
from my understanding, there is like a whole situation where like Frank sometimes will like approach people and tell them they should like put things in, but they do get help and sometimes they will like I wouldn't say crowd fund, but like crowd canvas and ask people like what you think we should put in. So I know that we did like a Zoom, like a charity Zoom with Dom, who
Hmm.
plays Dante, and he was asking like what should be on my reel. So I do think they do get like a lot of input with each other. I remember when Eden did her reel for the year she won, she was specifically talking about there was a woman on set that they were really close to who passed away, and the
Uh-huh.
last thing that they did together was that she helped her pick out her scenes. So
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you. I do hope that I just feel like the categories are going to be stacked. I don't. I watch Beyond the Gates and then I watch GH and I watch
Hmm.
Days every now and then. And to be honest, like, I kind of am hoping that Days and I'm sorry, GH and Beyond the Gates kind of stack this year, but I don't know how much they allow one or two soaps to really dominate in that way.
Hmm. And Y&R has some good, definitely some good actors and actresses too. So there's a
Okay.
couple of people, but yeah, I do feel that these particular guests that GH had really kind of knocked it out of the park for me. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping that they are definitely submitting, and if you want some advice on what reels to send, come to us because we will
Hit us
tell
up.
you what's
We will definitely help. We will
up.
definitely tell you. We will definitely tell
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Um, okay. So y'all, I'm gonna be depending on the chat. I was telling Tanya that today's been a day, so I have not done a lot of notes. But we're gonna go kind of story by story. We might have
Mhm.
to, it's gonna be a journey.
It's
We're
a
gonna have some
journey.
zigzags. But I want to talk first about Anna. Can we start with Anna?
Yes.
So our dear sweet Anna has been locked away in an institution in Paris, basically because she was gaslit. And
Mhm.
I couldn't do anything but laugh about how competent Anna is, that she is the person who put together the Cassius reveal.
Yes.
I had like a whole, like, thousands of miles away on lockdown. My girl is such a spy. She said, "Oh no, I know what it is."
Yeah, so apparently she was able off screen to infiltrate, I guess, one of Faison's holdouts, and got a hold of a letter or something that was written either to or about Cassius, and then was able to put it together. Because I was wondering how are they going to get Anna out of the institution, because they were really making it out like she had some serious health issues, and she also had those charges. But then I remembered that they used Willow to make sure the charges were dropped. So now she was just in the institution because she had
Hmm.
mental health. And so even, the French doctors with the weird accents, they were telling her, you still have a ways to go. We still have to figure it out. And I
Right.
liked how they did it in a sense where Anna was still convinced that yes, she did. She was still convinced in her mind that she may have had an episode, and she's still kind of questioning her sanity, but she was still confident enough to say, "Okay, I need to talk to someone about this just to make sure, and I need to talk to someone who can vouch for me and my sanity to these doctors." And I thought that was
Hmm.
really great writing to get her out of that situation. And we were treated to some great scenes with her and Christina Wagner, Fiona and Christina Wagner, who plays Felicia. And so we were able to have like some good conversations where Felicia was reassuring, but she wasn't totally 100% buying the story until it was kind of confirmed later.
Hmm.
But I thought they were some good scenes. I thought they were great scenes to reintroduce her back into the show.
I
And it
agree.
was realistic enough where I can buy all that happened. And yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah,
Those were my
I
thoughts
agree.
on that.
I appreciate it. I feel like Finola is one of the. I mean, we have talented actors on the show, obviously, right?
Mhm,
But I feel like Finola is one of the few people who could do what we saw done,
mhm,
because it
mhm.
was like twists and turns. I think you were going to get into the other part of the turn, but it's like, okay, she's been gaslit. So she has to
Right.
show you that she's sane, but she also has to show that she is like, has this piece of information that is so vital that I actually can't play with you. Because I,
Mhm.
at first I was like, okay, does she know she's been gaslit and she's just saying whatever she needs to say to get out? And
Right.
then she's like, okay, but even if that's the case, you gotta know this thing about Cassius. And I
Mhm,
have to ground myself in reality for myself and for these doctors to know that I
mhm,
have this sanity. So I
mhm.
was so excited for her. I was like, okay, yes,
Yeah.
my girl, she's back. And then we look around, and here comes Peter MF in
Oh
August.
man. Okay, so I did one of my things where I'm not necessarily watching the show in time, so I like binge watch it by the end of the week. And when I heard
Hmm.
that he was back, I was like, "Oh God, no! Why? Why?"
Y'all
And
so
so
mean to
I
Peter.
know, but I mean, I'm sure the actor, but he just came on way too strong. I'm sorry. Wes Ramsey, I'm sure you're a great person, but I can't with Peter August. And so, I was gratified to find out, okay, he's not alive. He's not, because I was worried that he was the mastermind behind everything and was just pulling strings. I was like, no, 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 not let that be the case. And thank you, Jesus, Lord, he's not. So I'm just like, yes.
I love. So here's the thing: me and Tara Port Misery, we both watch Days, and so Wes
Uh-huh.
Ramsey had like a little guest role over there, and the campiness that he brings fit in perfectly, and I
Okay.
kind of loved it.
Okay.
So when he came back, I was like, well. Yeah, I didn't hate the last thing you did. I find, oh yeah, his name on Days was Owen Kit, and
No,
Tara kept
Owen
calling him Owen
DeMonte kid.
Demonte Kid, and I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
I can't. First of all, imagine the people at Days who are like, who is Demonte? Wes Ramsey be like, Demonte, like trying to sound it out, Demonte.
Right.
Um, but so I feel a lot of ways. I feel like part of my issue with Peter, and it's something that I don't like when the show does in general, is they bring someone on that isn't working out the way they wanted to, and they try to force it, and then they
Mhm.
try to like backtrack and make everybody else look crazy. So like, they brought him on. We didn't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy. I don't think they knew. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden he like turned into a cartoon villain.
Right. Because
Like the time he was in,
it's obvious like his background in acting was in theater. So he's very
yes,
theatrical. So it
yes.
just didn't quite fit. Like some
It
people
doesn't
can,
mesh. GH is not
yeah,
a theatrical show.
right. And so
GH GH more than any other soap to me feels like very grounded in reality.
yeah.
Even when we have weather machines and all of that, they try to make it work. You
Right.
know? Like,
They're trying to make it
even
make sense in some kind of way.
yeah. Even like when we had Port Charles a spinoff and then it turned out to be like maybe a fever dream from Lucy Coe, whatever, like they
Yeah.
tried to like ground it.
Yeah.
Even in terms of, except all the long lost twins. Even the long lost twins, they be trying to make sense. It does not make
Right.
sense. I'm like, I need these people. Some people they do it where they didn't even know they were having twins, and some people they do it like I thought my twin died.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm interested to see what happens with Wes. I know that him and Finola like love each other. They've worked together for years and years,
Mhm.
and I think that Finola's gonna crush whatever this is. I hate
Mhm.
to see my girl Anna tortured all the time, but I know she's gonna knock these scenes out of the park. So
You know what?
it's
And
a
then it
balance.
actually ends up being on theme for the entertainment that I'm enjoying currently. So I've been telling y'all, well, I don't know if I told y'all, but I've been watching the Daredevil Marvel series, and one of the characters is Jessica Jones, and she is haunted by someone who plays mental games. And so, almost the same as Anna, the last episode in Jessica Jones has her going out of town, and then that mental mind game guy comes up into her head, same way as with Anna and Peter August. So I was just like, oh, that's a little meld for me. So I was like, really,
There you go. See,
it was pretty
you jumping
cool.
all around. Yeah, I like that too. I like the way it showed
Mhm.
up. So we'll see. I mean, I know how people feel about Peter. I get
Yeah.
it. But I'm interested to see like how this shows up for Anna because like now we're seeing this other crack in her sanity, and
Mhm.
she's gonna be going back into like a new WSB world. And so, what is that
Mhm.
gonna mean for when she comes home? So
And
I'm
the
excited
thing
for that.
is, yeah, the thing is that Anna, as far as Anna knows, she she probably feels that all that whole kidnapping thing may have happened in her mind, or no one's going to believe her, but when she goes back home it's all going to come out and people will be like, yes,
Or is
we
it?
under, or is it, yeah, because again, only Joss knows, and Joss is changing her story. So but we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
So
so
it'll be
but no, that's a
interesting.
good question. I do want to know if like
Yeah.
that's going to be a part of like what changes.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, we'll see. I also then want to go because I feel like there's a little bit of a connection with like Faison's kids. With
Mhm.
so we end last week with Lante coming to pick up Rocco and taking him
Mhm.
home. Now we also know that the arrest that they set up really saved her life because she was about to inject herself with this poison.
Yeah. But it's still up in
So
the air
yeah, yeah. So
because the
everybody
only
is finding out at the same time that Nathan is Cassius. And so
yeah.
one of the sets of people who are finding out are Lulu and Dante. So
Mhm.
they're dealing with that while they're also bringing Rocco home.
So are we gonna just talk about the whole Rocco and Brett scene first, or or
Sure.
the
Was that this
Lante
week or
and
last
stuff?
week? I
That
think
was
I
last week,
probably.
but so she ends up being arrested last week, and then
Hmm.
she was arrested by whoever the island police, and then they shipped her back to Port Charles
Hmm.
real fast. So she's at Port Charles jail, but the fallout from that conversation still happened between Rocco and Lulu and Dante, and just that conversation for me was wild. Okay, so
Yeah,
you want to talk
yeah,
about it?
yeah. So Rocco like wants to go see Brid. He's like mad that she
Mhm,
got arrested. Um, I have been very frustrated with Rocco in this story, particularly
mhm,
because I think that Rocco is too old to be behaving in this way. I
mhm,
also feel like I like to me personally, and I know that's not for everybody, it makes Brit extremely unlikable. Because when I think about what Brit did to Lulu and Dante, I think the only place that could be forgivable is on a soap opera. And it has to be something that people don't constantly bring up or that people aren't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that Nina did what she did to Ava, and we don't talk about it in that way. Like Ava or Nina is not going to Ava like, oh yeah, well, I had Avery for a little bit, so that's like my daughter. That is when you would start looking at Nina like that's more than unforgivable. We are
mhm.
able to like kind of move past it if you're a Nina fan. If you're not a Nina fan like me, you throw at people's faces every once in a while.
Right.
But you're able to like narratively look past it because we do not keep talking about it, and Nina is not still that person.
Mhm,
Brit, okay, so she did this thing that really felt unforgivable for so many reasons, where you violated them medically, you stole their baby, you did it for a man. You did it to keep a man who didn't even want you. So it's not even sympathetic where it'd be like, oh, she always really wanted a baby and she needed this to like really have a baby. Like I feel like people would like look over that, but like you did it to keep a man.
mhm,
We have a situation where you come back the last time you're back, you don't even talk about Rocco, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe that you have this like attachment to him and he has this attachment to you. I don't want to hear it. It's silly. And then Rocco continually disrespects his parents, especially his mama, who he cried so hard to get back for bread.
mhm,
For what?
mhm. Right. Exactly. And I like how you said he's too old, because it brings a different kind of perspective for me, in the sense that I didn't even think about this. But yeah, only a younger child would attach themselves to Brit in that way, because they don't quite understand the nuance of everything that happened. Rocco should understand that what Brit did was wrong, and that she
Yes.
shouldn't be glorified for any of it, and that he should recognize that all the actions that she has done is really wild and crazy, and that he should not be associated with someone like that. Instead, he's attached himself to her, and like you said, totally disrespecting his parents. Like what he did this week, like when he got home, yelling at Dante, be like, you lied to me and all this other stuff. I'm like, I had went on Twitter, in response to Tara's post, and I was just like, the way he talked to his parents, I would have had the taste. out of my mouth, slapped out of my mouth. I didn't say slap, but that's what would have happened if I talked to my parents that way. And actually, one of my hot takes was this week. A lot of these kids are getting away with a lot of stuff, and they're just talking to adults hella wild. And I was
They
like,
are.
only certain kind of kids can get away. So I'm just like, it was
Yeah.
crazy to me. And I think a lot of people had a negative reaction to Rocco, particularly um, Lulu's state of mind when he came down the stairs.
Right.
Yeah. And
Nope.
so
Agreed.
yeah, so Lulu found out later on that day that Nathan wasn't really Nathan, and so she was traumatized, and she was clearly sitting there reflecting on it and sad, and he couldn't even be bothered to recognize that. His whole mindset was all about Britt. And even in her pain, Lulu recognized that it's possible to have feelings for someone that is flawed, but he couldn't recognize her pain at all and had no sympathy. And I was just like, that's hecka wrong. And I'm sure a lot of other
Well,
people felt the same way.
the thing is, so Math said when
Yeah.
Lulu was in a coma and Britt was around before, it was barely brought up. I think
Right.
Dante had spoke for her once. Britt was
Yeah.
all up in Spencer's business. She was never up in Rocco's business. So I
Right.
agree with that. I
Yeah.
think that I think to me it's actually worse that
Hmm.
Rocco could realize when he came down something was wrong. He didn't
Right.
even ask. He was kind of like, "Oh yeah, mom," and like it was like he backed off in like a selfishness. He believed that it was about their situation. He didn't recognize that there was something else that was really going on. And I feel like that's so unlike Rocco, who has
Yeah.
been attuned to other people's emotions
Mhm.
before, and you can't even be attuned to your mom's.
Right.
And that was like particularly frustrating for me for him.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Lulu and her realization, and I also want to talk about Rocco and Danny. Which one do you want to talk about first?
We can talk about Lulu because I kind of feel like Rocco and Danny still needs to play out for Monday. But yeah, let's go.
Mm.
Let's,
So with Lulu, I think, I found it to be interesting. I have never really been a fan of Lulu. I do like
hmm.
Alexa's portrayal.
Hmm.
I think I will just be honest about for me, anytime I saw the last Lulu in that role, I was always like thinking like, what would Julie be doing?
Yeah.
Um, and that's particularly because I do not particularly care for Lulu. So like that comparison was there. I also thought it was gonna be like that when Alexa came in because I knew her as Babe Carey.
Yeah.
It's never
It's
been
not.
like that. I never was.
Yeah.
She's been Lulu the whole time, and I
Yeah.
think that
A
that's a
hundred percent.
testament,
Yeah.
yeah, to how talented she is.
Mhm.
Um, but what I was brought back to when she had the realization was when they were kids, Lulu was always picked. Lulu
Mhm.
was always picked over um Georgie. She was always picked over Maxie. All of the
Mhm.
men would like they'd have scenes where it was a joke that the men would like line up outside of her room or line up to be with her.
Mhm.
And so it was easy for her to believe that she had something so special that Nathan would choose her over
Over
Maxie.
Maxie. Yeah.
And I think finding out that that was not Nathan really slapped her in the face to be like, oh my God, I really thought I was really feeling myself. And
Mhm.
I thought that I was like bigger than the program, and that this man who was in love with my best friend would like because of how special I am would choose me over her, would not only fall for me but fall for me so deeply that he'd be willing to hurt someone who he considered the love of his life.
Mhm.
And so that was like such a realization. And I'm also curious if they're going to allow Lulu to sit more with the realization that her consent was violated because she never
Mhm.
consented to sleeping with Cassius.
Right.
So I'm curious to know if she is going to be able to further process that. And
Mhm.
finally, I'm interested to see if Rocco is going to have any smoke for Britt for allowing his mother to be in a non-consensual relationship. I mean, I know that's a lot for a kid to take in or to think, but you were a part of this situation where my mother was like duped and badly hurt. So now
Mhm.
I want to know, is Rocco
Well,
gonna
I
feel
don't
some kind of way
know.
about that?
Yeah, I don't know if he will because I still think his situation, he's still very myopic in how he's viewing the situation. Like he may
Mm-hmm.
have heard that Britt was involved in some things, but he's just not curious enough about what those things are to really get into the
Mm-hmm.
details. And look, like I don't know, like maybe they had this conversation and I missed it, but does he know that she was being blackmailed to doing a really big project that would harm the world? Or
I don't
does he
think
just
so.
know? Yeah, so he doesn't know any of that, and he's not curious enough to ask her all these questions, which I would have asked. Like, why are people trying to kill you? Why, what? Why is this evil person? And how did you get involved with these people? Why are they blackmailing you? He didn't ask any of these questions. He just assumed that she's a victim, and so I think he needs to understand how her actions led her to this place, and
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't been curious enough to ask yet. So once
Mm-hmm.
he gets the full picture, I think he may. I don't know. It'll be curious to see how he'll respond once he gets that full picture of who Britt is. Because right
We'll
now
see.
he just sees her as his savior and the person that understands him more than his own parents.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the reason
so,
he's here,
and the
because
reason he's here, yeah.
they really never cleared up
Mhm.
whether or not, like, he believes that they wouldn't have ever had him,
Right.
and that
So,
he was wanted by her and not wanted by his parents, which makes no
right.
sense. I want to get
Exactly.
into this. I think that this is interesting. Tara said, I think that it's also the realization that Lulu, thought that with Nathan, they were like her and Maxie were both, or her and Nathan were both betraying
Betraying him.
Maxie. But
Yeah.
when it's Cassius, she's just betraying Maxie on her own. And
Mhm.
I think that like that's a piece, and it's also that she really believed that they bonded over like losing time, because
Right.
she was in a coma, he had lost time, and that was initially like the parenting piece, all of that.
Mhm.
She was encouraging him to get closer to James. Like
Mhm.
she helped break down some of those barriers. I do really hope, we'll see what happens. I do really hope they allow her to dig deeper into that. And then someone
Mhm.
else said, Sabrina is talking about how the storyline is actually lacking Maxie in her presence. Now, I
Mhm.
love Kirsten Storms. We're sending her lots of love. We hope the best for her. So this is not about her. They
Mhm.
needed to like temporarily recast Maxie. We've seen
Mhm.
stuff like this happen before when you have a character that's so central to the like rollout of a story that
Mhm.
like you recast them temporarily. I'm not saying we have to 100% have a new Maxie, but if we're continuing to move this story along, we definitely needed to have a temporary recast there to like
Mhm.
really make this hit.
Yeah, and I think Lulu needs to have a conversation with Maxie about all this, right? And
Hmm.
then Maxie needs to be here to comfort her son. So I
Hmm.
think, I
Hmm.
mean, it will be jarring for it to not be Kirsten, and I think a lot of people will have thoughts about it not being Kirsten. But I think for this particular storyline, Maxie is needed, and
Hmm.
so hopefully they'll figure something out. And I think there have been some actresses that played her really well, so we'll see.
I would have liked for Maxie to have been going to um like Tip Maxie to have
Mm-hmm.
gone with Felicia to see
Mm-hmm.
Anna.
To see
And
Anna,
then we
yeah.
would have had that like fallout happening there, and her being
Mm-hmm.
like frantic and hoping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it
like
just didn't for me hit the way it
yeah.
should have with it
Mm-hmm.
being Felicia. Like I
And
get the
speak,
limitations, but that's like
yeah.
my only kind of complaint.
And another character that should be involved, Spinelli. Like someone had
Yes.
made a comment, like, why is Cody being lifted up? And maybe it was Tara, I don't know. I saw it on social media, but why is Cody being lifted up as the surrogate dad when he has a stepfather, Spinelli? Like them going off on vacation is believable, but in this particular storyline, it's unacceptable that they are not on the campus.
Hmm.
And they should be
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah. Then going back, we're backpedaling to the kids. So there's a lot
Mhm,
of things people are saying about Rocco and Britt. Rocco and Britt are so unrealistic. Why is this boy so attached, and why is she acting like he is Spencer?
mhm,
100%. And then Tara is saying he gives Britt the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't give his parents, and that's the most off-putting thing. 100%. And so I was talking about Danny.
mhm,
So we have like Danny it comes to the house with Charlotte. We're skipping around, but Danny sees Rocco and they
mhm,
speak, and he's like, "Yeah, and Rocco, you got to play hero, even though my daddy is locked up because of you." And
mhm,
I am interested. I do not want them. I mean, I love Danny and Rocco. I love their relationship, and I think that because they have built such a strong foundation, they have earned real drama. And I
mhm,
hope that Danny gives it to Rocco. I understand all of the reasons that Rocco is like correct and like he did what he needed to do and did what the adults told him to do. At the same time, I understand why Danny is mad. And I want them to be able to bring in some of their past.
mhm,
Danny in his head, I would love to hear some resentment around Sam. Like, I would
mhm.
love for Danny to even say to Rocco, my mom is dead because you and your daddy was like crying over your mama, and she had to like give her a piece of her liver or whatever, kidney, whatever it was.
Mhm.
And instead of you spending time with her, you running around chasing around Brit, who's out here trying to do some shadiness. Like, I need Danny to really, really give it to him. Because if I'm Danny,
Mhm.
that's how I would look at it. That
Right.
you did all this, my mom did all of this to save your mother. And
And
instead of appreciating her, you're running off with somebody else.
right. And now I have my dad in jail because of you, and I can't do anything about it because of you.
Hmm.
And you couldn't even be bothered to tell me. I don't care what the adult said. You and I have a relationship. You should have been able to say something, and we could have figured it out together.
Hmm.
Even though
Hmm.
telling Danny is the wrong person to tell because Danny was just
Yeah,
he's just
Danny
too
is a
volatile.
mess.
But
Danny's a mess.
I can
But
understand Danny coming to that sort of conclusion and wanting to
exactly.
get that feeling out.
Exactly. Brother Man said
Hey, Aquarius.
Lulu has Lulu has needed therapy since she got came out of the coma, and also we forgot
Hmm.
Rocco hasn't really visited Lulu a lot. And Dante said Rocco didn't ask about Lulu much when they were considering pulling the plug. I forgot about that, but yeah, you're right.
Mm,
Um, and then Kita said, but that's not why Sam died. I
no.
get that. I'm not saying that's why Sam died. I'm saying that I think that it makes sense that Danny would feel that way.
Yeah.
Because Danny already said when Lulu first came back, he was like, "Wow, I'm so happy Rocco got his mom, but we like lost ours."
Hmm.
So I feel like at that age, that resentment would build up, and you would feel a way that you would feel like I have done. Like yeah, I feel like Danny would have felt that way.
Hmm.
And then
We give
somebody
Danny too
saying.
much security.
His yeah, Fedora said we give Danny too much maturity. He's not that aware. His mind thought is getting his
Mm,
daddy out. I
yeah.
agree. I think the only reason I really thought about it is because I remember the scenes from when Lulu first woke up and Danny was like looking on at it. Like
Mm,
like Rocco felt guilty. Danny was like, no, 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 I'm so happy you got your mom back. I would love to see the double back and to essentially for Danny to say that I didn't have both of my parents because of you. Like I feel
mm,
like that would be like some real good resentment buildup for him. That your mom was here because of my mom, and I lost my dad because of you.
well, you know who would
So,
have that mental maturity? Jake. And we don't have him.
well, Sam's not talking, but
Yeah.
yes, Jake would,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
Jake wasn't that close to Jake. Jake isn't
No.
that close to Rocco, even though
No.
they're related, right?
Yeah.
No,
But no, they
no,
are. They have
no, they're
well,
not.
they just
They're
have the
not.
same dad. They're not related. They just have the same dad. Um,
Ooh,
Jason,
no,
Danny, and Jake.
no, I'm talking about Rocco and Jake.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying it wouldn't make sense for Jake to have those feelings, but he would have the mental maturity
Yes.
to parse through those feelings. And I kind of miss
Yeah.
that the smart teen. We don't have the smart teen now.
I feel like Danny is smart. Danny's
And
just a
then just
hothead.
he's just
Let
a
me take
hothead.
up for my let me take up for my kid, okay?
Okay.
My Jason baby. Um
Okay.
yeah, so I just and I feel like I don't remember. I don't really remember a lot about Jake, and I
That's
don't really have
sad
too much
because
use for the liaison baby to be honest. So we'll just move
well,
on.
you loved the actor who played Jake.
I did. I
Yes,
did. I
so
did.
you were very sad that he had to go away.
So Brother Man says Jake and Rocco are cousins via Lucky,
Lucky.
which is
Yeah.
kind of true. But remember they tried to have Jake and Charlotte date a little bit. So
Yes, and so
like
that's why
because
it's
they
so
weren't really
wild that Daddy
cousins.
that's why it's so wild that Daddy is doing it now.
So Jake ain't really related to Rocco because like they've like fractured the like Lucky connection.
Yeah.
Anyway, not important. Um anyway, moving forward.
Mhm.
Um trying to think about other things that happened before we hop into all of the WSB stuff. Oh, Big
Oh,
C. Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking, the secret about Brit and the medication.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna
yeah.
get to it within the
Okay, go
WSB
ahead.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So oh, now I forgot what I was saying. Something about Big C. I lost it. Now I don't have notes.
Oh,
My
well, we
brain's
can just
gone.
talk about Big C,
Sorry, y'all.
period.
Huh?
We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
just talk
yeah. But it
about
was
him.
something. Oh, Big C trying to kill Brennan is what I'm going to talk about. So
Mm.
Big C shows up to the hospital. He had already had Brennan restrained. They all thought they were so slick, so slick. They were like, "We are really getting one over on the WSB and everybody else." And
Right.
Brennan tries to attack him when he's gonna like poison him with carbon dioxide in his mask. He also like signed an NDA for or not an NDA. That's a woo, DNR,
DNR.
DNR for Brennan.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And so yeah, he thought that he was slick. He was gonna try to attack attack Big C. Big C was like, no, no, no. I figured you was faking. That's why you're
Right.
restrained. Embarrassing,
It was.
embarrassing. And
Uh,
so Nina comes in with a burger because apparently they're burger buddies, and she saves Brennan's life. How do you feel about the possibility of Nina and Brennan?
I mean,
'Cause
I'm
it's clear
okay
that
with
that's what's
it.
happening.
I was like, I'm okay with it because I'm just glad Carly's not with him anymore. And
Fair.
I think it's interesting. What is going to happen with Brennan now? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be like trusted by Z to still be a good a good WSB agent. I don't know what's gonna happen, but having a Nina connection is fine by me because she's not after Sunny and Carly's not with them, so it's all good. I thought it was crazy that it took her so long to figure out what to do when she came on that situation. She was like, "Wake up, wake up!" I'm like, "Girl, turn off the gas, take off the mask." I mean, she was
Well,
just
I
doing
think that she
a
didn't know
lot,
that the mask was the poison.
right? But I don't know. But it just still it took too long for me. I was just not.
Yeah, I mean, because we knew, but she like for her,
Yeah.
she's like, was there a reaction? Did something happen? Like it's
Yeah.
hard for her. It was hard for her to know. And so then
Yeah.
she said that she was going to use her money to get
To
Brennan in his own little room,
yeah.
and he was like, "Funny."
I know. She got money like that to pay for it. She does. I wonder how much her
Yep,
wealth is because she got a lot of money.
I love this. Oops, I secretly still want Nina with Drew. Hilarious.
Right. So now who's Drew gonna be with? Please.
And then Naomi said Nina is always shopping in Carly's ex lover closet.
Right.
Nina, If I'm Carly, you know Carly about to get off so many sloppy second jokes. And I'm gonna laugh at every single one, to be quite honest. Not that
Right.
it's fair, it's a soap opera, everybody uses somebody, everybody, Carly about to be with
Yeah.
Valentine. That's obviously
Right.
Nina had him first, but
Hmm.
Carly about to get off these jokes.
Yes, she is. Carly don't care.
Yeah,
The whole world. This is Carly's world, and anyone infiltrating is just
there we go. Um, Brother Man said you want to see Brennan become police commissioner like Robert and Anna. I'm not gonna lie to you.
oh
Brennan can go, if I'm being quite honest with you.
no.
Um, like Brittany can kind of go, but it is what it is. I did laugh. So let's get into kind of like the fallout of all the WSB stuff because there were so many good things that happened.
Mhm.
First, first things first, Sidwell, our beloved villain. I'm gonna say to you, I'm really glad that they didn't kill Sidwell.
Me
I
too.
feel like
Like I said,
Sidwell
he needs to stick around.
is I also think that he's the kind of villain, just like before, like when he like tied Lucky to a table and did all this stuff, and he was like, "What? What's the problem?" I feel like eventually he could come back and be like, "What? I ain't do none of that."
Right. Somehow, like especially if Joss is going to change her story in some way, shape, or form, he's used to be like, "What? I was just doing an experiment. Nothing happened. Cold
Yeah, because
fusion."
I do also wonder if like the point is like that it was all Cassius, or
Uh-huh.
if Cassius was working with Sidwell. Like I
Right.
don't know what they're gonna
I don't
do,
know what we're
but
gonna say, but he's gonna get off and he's gonna go right back to the island doing shenanigans. And he
he
still does,
is.
yeah. So yeah.
He is. But he was in Ezra Boyle's trunk. Mean Girls detective saw it all. They already had SWAT on standby. Cassius showed up to be there, and Cassius talked Mean Girls detective into like, nah, there's a Sidwell got a man on the inside. We can't call nobody. Oh, Sidwell's man on the inside, huh?
Yeah.
Um, and so, Mean Girls Detective was like, okay, cool. They go in. Now, this confrontation cracked me up so bad because they go in and here goes Sidwell blowing his cover. He's like, welcome, everyone. He's
Welcome to the
such a
party.
character. He's such a character. Ezra Boyle just sitting there looking crazy, all the things. And he blows Cash's cover,
Blows up his spot wide
blows
open.
his whole spot up. Cassius lets him go with no gun, even though we see he has a gun later. Okay. Mean Girls Detective down on the floor, all the things. Cassius runs off and leaves them. So he leaves, and Cassius goes to see James and Cody. And it felt like was Cassius about to take James with him? Was he about to have another kidnapping?
Yeah, 'cause he's like, let's go and get some ice cream without Cody. He was about to take that little boy. And James was like, yep, let's go.
Come on, come on. Wait, this is cracking me up. If Liesel could be chief of staff after all her BS, if Rick can be DA after locking Carly in a panic room, Sidwell can return one day.
Oh, I fully believe Sybil can return. And, since I'm still in Daredevil mode, he may run for mayor and beat Laura.
God. Or
But anyway,
Congress.
or
Because
Congress or something.
what's I used a lot of critics in Congress anyway, so that'd be like one of the most realistic things they've ever done.
Yeah. But can we go
Um,
back to Ezra and what's that show? What do you call him? The new detective. The
oh,
show he
Mean
was
Girls
on. Mean
Detective.
Girls Detective. Okay. First of all, Ezra was about to leave that man.
He sure was.
He had no problem with it. He's like,
He's like, oh, so you must be tired. I'm
"You
gonna
will
see
be
you.
tired. I'm gonna leave." And and the only reason why he came back was because he woke up. The detective woke up. I thought that was hilarious. He was trying to talk himself out of this situation for real. Poor
Imagine
Ezra.
being Mean Girls detective. He's so just gagged by everything. He's like,
Right.
wait, what happened? Okay, so Dante can't get kidnapped. You don't want to call it a kidnapping. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Then we believe Chase like messed with evidence to get Willow out, and
But
he's
he's
still
still a cop.
always around Willow, and he's still also a cop.
Right.
Okay,
And
Curtis, I arrested him for assaulting someone, and he know the mayor, he know the police like commissioner, everybody looking at me like I'm crazy for arresting some man who done assaulted another man. And now
exactly.
Cassius knocked
It's
me
actually
out.
not only knocked me out, but he's been partnering with Sidwell the whole time. Like, what kind of operation is this at Port Charles Police Department? It's wild.
He said, I gotta get out of here. Y'all don't know how to act up in here.
He clocked it
Like,
correctly his first week. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go because I'm sensing there's some issues here. And for
he
some
said, I'm about to
reason
go see
Dante was able to convince him to stay.
he said, I'm about to go see if Beecher's quarters higher. Y'all clowning up in here.
He's the
Like,
perfect fourth wall character if they ever had one. Because he's like, y'all, the police department is crazy.
wild. Okay, y'all don't know how to act up in here.
Right.
And so he ends up at the hospital, and Carly sees him. So Carly is like, something going on. She overhears everything.
Uh-huh.
She also finds out from Lucas that Big C is the person who killed Marco.
Marco.
So she's like, I gotta go get my daughter. Now, let's talk about the fact that Carly did nothing helpful.
Not at all.
Carly is my girl. Love her down. Okay. Carly showed up with some click clacks to, to the window mirror. Carly went down to the window mirror with some
The
club boots
Windermere.
on.
The Windermere.
Went down to the window mirror with some club boots on. When she was click clacking, Carly, where are your sneakers?
And she didn't have
And then
any like sleuthing outfit at all. She didn't even pull
no,
up her
no sleuthing
hair.
outfit, none
She
dark,
didn't put her hair in a
nothing.
ponytail, nothing.
No ponytail. She said, these tresses about to fly. I know that's right, Laura. She said, ponytail for who? So, so before she gets there, she sees Danny and Charlotte, and she tells them she about to go. Now, babe, Carly, you knew good well them kids was not gonna listen to you.
Right.
You knew good and well them kids. They like at first they were like, "We going." Carly said no, and they didn't even fight her. They was like, "All right, girl,"
Okay.
because they knew they was going anyway. They did not care about nothing she was saying. And then she tells them, "If I'm not back at a certain time, call Sunny." Now, while I understand, part of the reason this umbrella story, umbrella like it was, things worked, is because everybody had different pieces of information. And we
Mhm.
find out from the joss of it all that there was a reason that everybody had different pieces of information. But girl, why you ain't call Sunny right away?
From the beginning. She should have
Carly
called.
is my girl. I love her down. She gets a map from Charlotte. Me and Charlotte was like, is the map just to go through the front door? Ain't nobody in no tunnels.
Everybody
No,
goes through the front door, no matter what. If they're trying to get through the tunnels, they have to go through the living room. You have to go through
like,
either the balcony or the
that's the
front
map?
door to get to the living
That's the map?
room. Right. Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
Enough, girl. I loved it though. I laughed because I love Carly. I cracked up. I was like, Carly, all right, girl. Wait, why we dragging Carly like this? She said Donna more qualified to fight than Carly. She was a mess. Because also, so Carly gets on the island. She gets like accosted by a man, and then you look like I thought Carly was about to give it to him. Okay,
Right. She only bopped him
because
over the head with
she
the
gets the
tire iron.
poker. She and then
Was
like that
it?
just slip out of her hand. I said, Carly, why you getting drugged across the Ugh, Carly, this is embarrassing. My girl.
Donna would have known. That's why she's more qualified because Donna would have known. I need to call my dad
I
because
thought
he's
I
got
would have
these.
definitely called her dad.
He's got these secret companies that can help take care of everything.
Right, right. Like Corinthos Towing would have been out there. Like Corinthos helicopters, Corinthos everything. What is going on?
She don't know
um,
what dad does, but he got the connections
he
and he
got the
will figure it
connects.
out.
Sabrina's reminding us, mind you, the fireplace access no longer works,
That's
correct?
true.
Because we keep finding out we found out from Valentine and Ava that she changed a lot of the
Right.
tunnels at Windermere. So nothing
Yeah.
that Charlotte knew is up to date. But
Right.
either way, they haven't been trying to go that way. They've been trying to go to the living room in the
Yep.
foyer. Um, there's another Sunny is not in the circle of trust anymore. Haven't you noticed it? I'm okay with it, but that's just me. But seriously, nobody's telling Sunny anything. By the time he finds out, it's all over. Sunny be
Yeah.
having his own situations going on.
Right.
I think that it's more of a I think that it's like if you bring Sunny in, it's kind of over.
Yeah.
I know that the spoilers, like the were like the summer spoilers, like Sunny not gonna like Carly and Valentine, obviously.
Right.
Um, so I think that that's like why he wasn't in her circle of trust. Also, like Carly felt guilty that Josh was doing this because of her.
Yeah.
I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna
I just
see.
like, but you're right. I mean, once you bring Sonny in, he'll solve the situation. It's over. We don't get these other stories. We don't get the
Yeah,
conflict and the drama or anything like that. So, in some sense, in order for the story to carry out, you can't tell him, and he has to do
yeah,
something. He has to be involved in something else.
yeah, yeah. I loved that, and this was like one of those things that I was like watching, and while I laughed, I still loved it. I loved that Windermere was like the parking lot.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Someone joked that it was that was the back lot of a Lowe's. Like, you can see like all the
I loved
California
it.
trees in the background.
I loved
You know
it.
they're in
It
New
was
York.
so absurd. I loved it so much. And so as Carly is getting drugged across the floor like Miranda Bailey in an episode of Grey's Anatomy when the shooter came,
Yeah.
Cassius rolls up and saves her life. So she
Mhm.
still at this point thinks it's Nathan. And that's when I
Right.
start remembering, oh yeah, like we really don't be know like people really don't know things. Tara is saying they were on Los Feliz Island. Okay.
Los Feliz Island. Yeah. Basically.
That's so funny. I love it. And then somebody else said they disagree, so they didn't immediately solve Laura's problem. Not immediately, but I feel like if Sunny would have had this information about what Carly was doing, then all of
Mhm.
like it was like the fractures of information stopped things
Right.
from getting
Yeah.
like solved. Um, but anyhow, so he Cassius gives Carly the code to go get Jocelyn. At the same time, Jocelyn and Liesel are like doing some wiring trying to open the door. Carly goes
Jocelyn.
down there,
Let's talk about
oh,
Jocelyn
door
at least.
opens. Jocelyn in WSB mode. And I will say, this is one of the first times I actually bought her as an agent. I
Really?
was like, oh, she is mission focused. Like she couldn't even enjoy seeing her mother because she was so focused. I think, like the way like she wouldn't even abandon this because she
Mhm.
knew that if she left and somebody else got like control of this like weapon or whatever they built, then like
Mhm.
people would die. So she was
Right.
willing to like go down for this weapon. And I said,
Mhm.
okay, Josh, I see it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So she left.
Um,
She left her mom and went to save the day, and Carly and Lisa got stuck in the thing. And that was comedy.
yeah. So Josh goes outside, she runs. Cassius is already out there. So Cassius decided he was like not gonna let the weapon go either. And
Hmm.
him and Jocelyn get involved in a shootout. Um, I did laugh though, because when Jocelyn ran, she immediately got shot. I said, not immediately.
Well, it's not like there was a lot of gun shooting going around. I'm surprised more people on our side because every all the WSB agents somehow got killed except for that one that was twitching when John Oliver came. But
Um, I referred to John Oliver on this show as Zon Zoliver.
Zon Oliver.
Zon, Z.
Yes.
So Jocelyn runs out, gets shot, Cassius comes out. Mind you, at this time, because Tara even pointed out in the chat, all the WSB people keep getting taken down by monologues. They will not stop talking. They got to give you the good villain monologue, and that's what keeps
Right.
taking them down. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I very much love that.
Well, yeah. I
I
mean, the key to a good villain is to explain their whole thought process,
the
how
whole
the
thing,
plan went down, and they have to gloat.
yes,
They have to be like, I did this and I did that. And we got to see one of those rare times when Andrew Hawks gets to smile as Mr. Collum and show all his teeth. And he did that when he brags.
I loved it. Every villain monologue made me laugh, and I loved it so much.
Just like little, he's like, little did you know that I am going to kill Brit, and she's probably dead right now.
Because you didn't know that she didn't even have Huntington's. I made that up.
And I poisoned her medicine.
Like, and then it was like, finally somebody shot him.
Right.
So here come a helicopter. And I loved the helicopter piece of it because it reminded me, oh yeah, Sidwell was doing a big deal about having a helicopter.
Mhm. He got his little helicopter ride and he's walking down the pathway looking
No, I'm
like,
talking about the helicopter that, like, because you remember, like, that was the whole big deal that Sidwell wanted a helipad.
oh yeah, he got the somebody used to.
So that is the thing that took him out.
Yes.
So, oh yeah, Tara's talking about how the villains also have to keep taking their jackets off. They not only have to take their jacket off, roll it neatly, because Honey Mama taught them. Let's have some
Yeah.
manners here. I gotta put it
Right.
up neatly, and then I have to undo my shirt, roll it down. I gotta get ready, okay? All right, I gotta do some things. So, anyhow, helicopter lands. Here comes Zons Oliver walking down, shot the twitching WSB agent, checks Cassius, checks Big C, and then tells Jocelyn help is on the way.
The only thing that was missing from John Oliver's entrance was the actual entrance music. Like he should have had like some, supermodel music as he was going through, or some action music. That would have been
Hmm.
great. I would have been cracking up. And him
Yes,
trying to look serious. That was hilarious to me
very
too.
funny. So Jocelyn gets to the hospital because she has to have surgery. Carly
Mhm.
obviously freaking out. I need to see my
Yeah.
daughter.
Weren't you
Now,
letting
there's a
me
couple things. Zaz Oliver tells Jocelyn that both Cassius and Big C are dead. Now, we have people in the chat. So Naomi's asking, is Cassius really dead without having to face the consequences of his actions? I feel like if he actually is dead, the biggest consequence of his actions are um are James in like having to do
Yes.
that goodbye scene.
Yes, and then
Um
now also being the one being blamed for everything now that Joss is going to tailor her story. I think
mhm.
that's going to be a big fallout. But I
And
think they're going
then
to use him. At my opinion, I think they're going to use him the way that they use Jason, and having him be like some sort of super
like
secret
mercenary,
agent. Yeah, mercenary.
like a super soldier.
Yeah,
Um, so Medora said Cassius is the fall guy and Josh has no idea. No, so Jocelyn does have an idea.
she
So
does.
Jocelyn, so she's like talking, she, puts together that this is bad for the WSB. And she's like, okay, like I'll help you cover it. Now, I was prepared to be mad at Jocelyn because I thought what she was going to try to negotiate with was like some sunny nonsense. But when
Yeah.
she said, I'll say what you want me to say if you let go of Valentine and Jason, I said, you
Uh-huh.
know what, Joss? Absolutely. I feel
I was
this. I
surprised
like
that
this. Good
I was
job.
surprised she included Valentin. And then what I was disappointed was she didn't think about Anna. That's what she should have done. Like, I need you guys to
Oh,
find
yeah.
Anna and release her and absolve her or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that she did that for Jason and Valentine. I was surprised because I thought she really didn't
Yeah.
like Valentine at all.
hmm
So
I think that she didn't say anything about Anna specifically because, like, she's not a part of the negotiation,
right.
right? Like, Anna should be fine. She doesn't have to fight for Anna. Jason and Valentine, because I don't think Josh doesn't know that Jason didn't shoot Big C, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and so
Again,
she also
there's
does
so many
know.
there's so many
Yeah,
little pieces that everybody just does not know. It's just
right. I need
crazy.
everybody to have an actual debrief, but she
Right.
does know that Valentine went to. um Oh wait, Tara is saying I was gonna ask. So she does know that Valentine went to the WSB, kind of sacrificed herself to save Jocelyn.
I think
So
she's saying that that she knows that Colin didn't that Rocco didn't or Jason didn't kill Marco. But I don't know how she knows that if that's the case.
well, I think everybody knows Jason didn't kill Rocco. You mean that Jason didn't shoot Cullo?
Yes, yeah, that
Oh,
Jason didn't shoot Colin.
well, yeah, I think that everybody knew that because Jason wouldn't have
Right.
left been so messy. But yeah, I mean, I like Ryan Pavey. I hope he comes back. I hope this is not the end of him. I hope
hmm
we get like a scene of us knowing that he's alive,
hmm
like us seeing him carted out somewhere.
Yeah.
We have had a scene of no, Jason didn't
Y'all,
kill
I
Rocco.
need well, don't listen to me. I have menopause brain
Oh,
right now.
oh.
Everybody's name is just
I
like,
was like, I'm like trying to talk and look at the chat. I was like, wait, what? That's
uh,
so funny. That's so funny. Um, but anyhow, um, I am interested in seeing the fallout from this because you know who not about to have this? Liesel.
mm,
So Liesel goes to see Britt, who's in jail, and it basically runs up on Britt like, "What's up with these shenanigans that you
right.
never let me in on?"
Never didn't say anything. And I thought it was interesting because I think Britt automatically assumed that, her mom and her were going to be good. And Liesel had made a point, like, you could have told me any of this at any time. And Liesel probably would have been on Britt's side regardless, just because of the
Probably,
daughter. And
absolutely.
and then but she didn't tell her. And so she had this huge secret and then she's like, "Fine, whatever. I'm going to go and hang with the child that wants me to be around." So I'm thinking she's going to go and try to find her son. Cuz she ain't got nobody else except, I mean, Nina don't it's not even her child, but whoo, so I think this story is not
So
over with.
I don't think the story's over. I do
Yeah.
think that they're not going to know that he's alive. I think
Right.
that if we are going to like have Ryan Pavey and Cassius still be alive, that
Mhm.
I want it to be us seeing them take him somewhere. So Big
Right.
C already had like an article talking about him being gone. I don't remember Ryan having one talking about
Yeah.
him being gone yet. So I would like to see him be carted off by the WSB undercover so that this is not another return from the dead story for the audience.
Oh, and so for
Like I
those
feel
who
like we've had too many.
Yeah, and so even regardless of what happens with Cassius, those who are going to the Super Soap Weekend or whatever that's coming up, Ryan Peavy announced that he's going to have an evening event, so y'all can see him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna be there. That's one of the
Yeah.
ones I'm getting going to.
Okay. Good.
But you know that they don't always tell you storyline
Yeah.
things. They try not to spoil.
Right.
Um, but I would also, and then people who are past, people who are Super Soap Weekend. Yeah, I remember ABC used to get down with that. Um,
I don't know what it's called.
yeah, because I feel like Jonathan Jackson was already gone from GH last year during Fan Weekend, and he was there. So people who are past and former or whatever, they are there as it happens.
Mhm.
So yeah, I also think that part of the problem is that like the Westbourne women are always down for shenanigans with each other.
Yep.
Now Nina's a little bit less competent than Liesel, but Liesel will be down with like that. I understand why Liesel's mad. Liesel is like,
Mhm.
just call me. If we need to
Mhm.
bury a body, I'm helping you bury it. If we need to reverse engineer your meds, not only am I down, but I know how to do it.
Mhm. I mean, and she will side eye Willow to the end of time, but she probably would be down to protect Willow if Nina asked her.
She she
Yeah.
knows that Willow's on some mess right now. When she
Yeah.
went over to the house, she was like, Drew is blinking SOS, put some glasses on him.
Like, why do you guys have him chilling in the living room? He can hear everything. I'm just like,
Yes.
she has common sense about everything, but no one tells her because they don't trust her because she be wilding. But
She be wilding, but if y'all gonna be wild, then you need to bring her in.
yeah,
She
yes.
knew everything. She clocked Willow. She knew that Willow did that stuff to Daisy.
Mhm.
Like Lisa understands exactly what's happening. Y'all need to bring her in. And I do think that like the particularly the med thing is really silly. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, plot wise, we couldn't do it because we found out it's saline. So
Right.
I don't know if Jocelyn overheard that Britt doesn't have Huntington's, but we do know that Mean Girls
Joss
detective,
knows.
huh?
Joss knows that it's
I
fake.
thought we don't know
Okay.
if she does
Okay.
because Big C was monologuing it over Cassius while
Yes.
Joss was
Right.
like bleeding out. So I don't know if
Yeah.
Joss was like conscious and heard that.
Right.
But we do know that Lucas knows because, or knows something is up because he
Mhm.
knows that her meds were saline. He
Mhm.
also remembers, if you remember, Lucas ran a test on Britt a while ago that said that
Mhm.
she did not have
Didn't have
Huntington's. And she was
any.
like, oh, yeah, it's in remission, which is not really a true thing that happens.
Right. As a doctor, she should know better. That doesn't matter if you're in remission. You still have the disease. You have the disease. So,
It's silly.
yeah. But
Um,
whatever.
So yeah, so I do want to know what happens. I mean, obviously, Britt is still in jail. When Dante went to go see her, she was getting slick as always. I'm like, see, this is why I could never give you a 10, girl. And she was because Dante was like, we arrested you to save your life. And she's like, well, apparently Cullum is gone and da 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 da. So let me go. Britt, I'm so sorry, but do you remember that you was trying to illegally build a weapon?
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Like she just really acts like she did nothing wrong ever.
Yeah. Like she should just be, given that pat on the hand and let go. You still actually
It's
kidnapped my son, so I threw you in jail. Even though to protect you, you still did what you did.
hmm
Crazy.
so somebody asks is Huntington's as debilitating as ALS? I feel like so I've only known someone with ALS. I've never been around somebody with Huntington's. I've only
Mhm.
seen it portrayed on ABC shows, to be quite honest with you. Because there was somebody who had Huntington's on Private Practice. From my understanding, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to pretend like I know. I don't know, but I am going to look it
Mhm.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, that's
there's
all you
that.
can say. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. No, it's a very very good question. They're
Yeah.
different, but they do similar things. It's similar to like how MS does something similar, but like different. All of that. I'm trying to think what else we have on the docket besides that. Oh, Huntington's is more like Parkinson's. Okay. Yeah. All very, very sad. Um,
Mhm.
oh, okay. So I almost forgot about this other part of it. So Sidwell, obviously on the run, shows up to the art gallery. Now, this
Mhm.
is a part where it is very striking when Trina is not in scenes or in conversations. So she's at the art gallery. Apparently, Sunny had said that Ethan has to be her bodyguard. So she is annoyed by it, but she letting it happen.
Mhm.
Um, but also we know Ava loves her, a PYT, a young Tenderoni. So we already knew that's
it
what's gonna happen with her.
it was funny. It's like Ava wasn't even thinking about it until Nina was like, "Ooh, at least he's cute."
Right.
And I,
So
you know what? And I honestly didn't think he was cute until Nita said it. And then I was like, oh, I guess he is interesting. In a suit. That's what gets me, y'all. If y'all want to get Tanya, get a man in a suit. There you go.
I don't see it, but I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I was thinking about it. I was like, huh, no, it's not for me. But he's not ugly
Right.
by any stretch of the
I mean, he's
imagination.
not ugly, but I didn't even think him moderately attractive until he was in the suit.
Mhm. So they're all at the art gallery.
Mhm.
Um, the DA pops up and is like, so you have a connection to Sidwell. And Ava is like, well, I would never do anything to Sidwell. And she said something like, I wouldn't even spit on him. And he
Right.
comes in
He's
and says
like,
something super freaked out, like, I would let you spit on me. I was like, okay,
no, he's like, I would
enough.
be happy to spit on you. Or something like that. He's like, he was hurt that she disavowed it.
Enough. Enough. And
Oh,
so he is trying to take Ava hostage. Ava don't care about that. She cussing him out.
right.
And you tried to kill my nephew and F you and da da da.
F you and everything that you came in on.
Right. And the thing about your son is that he wants you to go to hell.
No, she was like the last thing. Like it was funny because she reminded him that that his son loved Lucas more than he was loyal to Sidwell. So she nailed that, and she was just like the last thing he was thinking about was Lucas. So the only thing he probably wants for you is to burn in hell. I was like, dang.
I was like, Sonny and Ava hate each other, but they go dig that knife in.
Right.
Okay. So guns start going off. Ethan jumps in front of Ava
Mhm.
and gets shot in the ass. Now, I did laugh at this comment from Linesco. Now, what artery did Ethan's ass get shot in that he was bleeding out so much? I
Right.
am crying. Okay, so they run off. They run off. Ethan limps, obviously, because
Right.
as you said, ass shot. Nope, that's not right. It's a different thing. Anyway, so he gets runs into like a back room. They barricade in. It was like sit down, and he look at her like, no.
No, I
Why would I
guess.
sit? You know what's going on with me. But they flirt and you're not supposed to tell Ava no tea, but he lets it slip that Phoebe is not his actual baby. I said, oh Ethan, oh Ethan, she about to get you. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, they they are in there, they are bonding. Ava's looking at him like I can't believe my PYT that saved my life. And they actually are okay. He gets called to the hospital, whatever, whatever. Now, Sidwell has Justine call Sunny from her phone. So Sunny
Mhm.
shows up, basically like, where my bae at? And
Sidwell
I was like,
nosing. First
I
name
would
basis, huh?
love, I would love for Sidwell to be like, y'all thought y'all were low. You were not low. We knew.
But it was funny because he was just like, "Oh, so you're on a first name basis? I see."
I see what's happening here. So Sidwell is like saying he's gonna take her hostage.
Mhm,
Sunny's like, no, take me, because then I'll tell my men that I was helping you all along, and we'll get you on a flight. And
mhm,
he's like, nah, nah. He was like, why would I go with somebody who killed my son? And that's when it was Sunny's time to shine. He said,
mhm.
oh, we talking about sons, huh? We're talking about
Uh,
it.
yeah.
So he tells, this is very funny. He tells Sidwell that Cullum is the one who killed Marco. And he digs in. Basically, you brought this fox around your son. You did
Mhm.
this.
It's all your fault.
All your fault.
Mm.
In there, it's a tussle for a gun. Oh, yeah, he did say Cullum gutted Marco
Gutted
like
like
a fish.
fish. Like he
I
said
said,
it.
Sonny, why would you
Woo.
say that?
It was
So hurtful.
true.
And Sidwell, you could tell, face cracked because he didn't want to believe it.
Mhm.
He had to believe it. So anyway, police show up. Sidwell gets arrested. So said he was going to shoot Sidwell. And here comes Justine. As Medora said, Justine, most compromised DA ever. So this is what made me so mad. Because she's like, Sonny, you can't shoot him because if you shoot him, then I have to prosecute you. I can't turn the other way. Why not?
That was the whole point. You were out to get Sunny, and she forgot because she fell for the dimples, and so now she in love. She's compromised. And my hot take is, why the hell would they continue just go and start making out in the gallery, all out in the open, no secret? Anyone could walk in on them. It was wild.
This is funny to me. She said, so he pointed out that his children have been hurt or killed by his ops, but Marco was killed by Sidwell's homie. Embarrassing. That's true. He said, listen, the people that you bring around your son killed you. Mm.
Ah,
But yeah, so I was confused. So the police come, everything clears out, and then all of a sudden, Justine like pushes Sonny against the wall and starts making out with him. And I was really confused because I was like, so anybody gonna see
y'all.
this?
I was like, y'all together now? It's all out. You're just gonna
It's
go
all in the
ahead
open.
and do
But
it?
because it also just like felt like people would have seen this happen. It was very
Right.
confusing to me.
I was just like, you're just gonna just make out with him right then and there, huh? I guess.
Okay. That's what we doing. So that's what we did.
Mhm,
I also loved like when Ava was like leaving to go look after, go like find out about Ethan.
mhm.
It's like it was like a little small exchange, but because Mo loves Mora so much, like it's always funny with Sunny and Ava. Like they can
Yeah.
hate each other, there can be those things, but like there's always a little flash of how much he likes her. That
Right.
always makes me laugh a little bit.
She was like,
Um,
he saved my life. And he's like, I guess so.
we did find out though that Donna and Avery are at summer camp, so
Okay.
mob summer camp.
Mom, sorry.
So y'all are asking about cameras. I feel like they have cameras when cameras are convenient, and when they don't, when they're not
Right.
convenient, they're like, nah, we good. Um, I do also wonder how long Justine is gonna stay around.
Yeah.
Um, now that her husband's gone, like the actress,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
But again, we don't know if Sid was gone. He could just be like, yeah, y'all arrested me and then end up back at what you call it, the Windermere. What if he opens up a club
The Windermere.
at the Windermere?
The last thing I had is that is Danny and Charlotte running up on the PCPD with Molly trying to see their daddies, and Molly is trying to coach the babies, and it's like, listen, don't say nothing. Like, let me handle this. And they're like, okay, okay, okay. And they were like, she's like, you're Charlotte, your daddy was a fugitive. You shouldn't know nothing about him. She
Mhm.
prepping them. Soon as they go
Right.
in,
They
so I know
start
my dad had to
yapping.
turn himself in. Oh, I know my dad did this and this and that. How you
My
know?
dad is innocent, and he didn't do it. Y'all.
Oh my God. And it was all to Vaughn,
Mhm.
who was Jocelyn's ex spy boo. I was not happy to see him. I don't like him. I do not care for him. I was not gagged. I do not want him to stay. And no shade to the actor. I'm sure he's a nice person. I'm just not interested in knockoff Dex and Jocelyn. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't like it.
I like this. He got a haircut, so that's great.
Sure. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, Vanilla Bean pointed out. Molly was like, I'm an ADA, but not right now.
Well, not today.
I also laughed at uh Molly being there with Charlotte because I'm like, oh yeah, because Charlotte is Molly's cousin because Danny and Charlotte are cousins.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Cousins.
Um, I believe so. This is a question: was Cullen dead? Will Sonny and Jason ever get confirmation of who was behind the firebombing that hurt Michael? I believe they knew it was Cullum and Sidwell or some combination, and it was
Mhm.
that they didn't take him out because of what Sidwell had over them and all of that. But they
Mhm.
knew. Now I don't know if Michael's gonna know. I don't know if it's gonna come out with other people because even Jocelyn's story of like we're gonna cover it up. I'll help you cover it up. I'm kind of like, yeah, they people don't know what happened on the dock, but there are a lot of people who know a bunch of different things.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Um, and then a lot of folks said, I hope Danny and Charlotte find out that Josh is the one that got their dads free. I don't know. I know that there was like a summer spoiler. I know Emma's gonna be mad at Jocelyn. So would imagine that I think she's probably gonna end up being the unsung hero.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tara added that Cullum had Britt's meds, and Sonny wanted to kill him, but Jason stopped him because of the
Mhm.
meds, which is how Britt got involved in wanting to like reverse engineer them or whatever, so that after her meds were reverse engineered, they could kill him. That's right.
Right.
So I think that's the last thing that I had on my docket. I didn't really have no notes. I think like I said, I really enjoyed this week because of the umbrella story piece of it.
Mhm.
I like when stories like connect. I am interested in how things go next. I am interested in the Danny Rocco fallout. I want to see Liesel act a fool when she finds out about Cassius. Oh my
Mhm.
god, that's her baby. She about to.
Mhm.
Mm. I think
And
Nina's
from
gonna be really upset. I liked Nina. I liked Nina and Nathan's scenes, and she
mhm.
really was so happy to have her brother back. So I'm interested to see how they're gonna play kind of that heartbreak for her, and if that's something that's gonna push her closer to Brennan while she grieves.
Mhm.
Um, and I hope that we are at the tail end of whatever's going on with Willow, so that we can turn a corner and go into something else.
Right. Yeah, because now that Sidwell is in jail, Willow's not going to have access to the drugs because Sidwell never gave her the year-long supply.
Right.
So sooner or later, Drew's going to wake up, and it's going to be a hot
Hmm.
mess.
It
That's going to be
surely
fun.
is, and I am looking forward to it.
Um, I'm looking. The last hot take that I had was the previews for next week had me cackling,
What was the
and
previews for next week?
it was the one where Carly was like, "Are you flirting with me?" Because I was like, "Not another man falling under Carly's spell."
Well, that's my girl. She always a flirt
I
with her.
was laughing so hard.
That's funny. I'm trying to find the spoilers for next week. I may not be able to find them,
Mhm.
y'all.
Yeah.
Um, oh no, I have them, or I have maybe.
Okay.
Nope. No, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Is there anything somebody said Brick needs to go? I want him to be a villain in all this. Ooh. I mean, you know how I don't see it for Stephen A. Smith ever since he had something to say about Megan Thee Stallion. So
Right.
I mean, I didn't really see it for him before that, like political, him always trying to talk about running for president, all of that. He's such a loser, but I
Yeah.
specifically don't see it for him in any way, shape, or form. There was two things, Bradford and Steve have their podcast, so they talked about stunt casting and they also talked about villains. It was fun. So
Hmm.
they talked about Stephen A. Smith and they talked about John Oliver. I like John Oliver so far. I don't think that he was not bad. He did not stick out.
Hmm.
Sometimes they'll do stunt casting and that person will like stick out and you be like, oh my god. I think he did a good job.
Yeah, I think he
Um,
did different.
he
It would just
yeah
crack me up though, just
yeah
seeing him in that role.
yeah. Um, Oh, thank you, sir. Um, and then yeah, Daisy said Carly has to accept that Joss isn't leaving the WSB. Yeah, I think that everybody does. I think
Hmm.
I posted that on Twitter. I was like, I know people don't like Jocelyn in the WSB, but Zaz Oliver was very impressed. And I was like, I posted it with that video where the woman is like, you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees. Like that's how he was looking at Jocelyn. So I imagine, particularly like with what happened with Anna and all of that, like that we're not gonna see Jocelyn leaving the WSB.
Hmm. Someone said that he's going to be shirtless, Stephen A. Smith.
Massive warning: Stephen A. Smith has a shirtless scene coming up. Why? Put that shirt on.
Exactly. Like what? For what reason? Like why? Ugh,
Enough.
enough.
Enough. Anyway, but yes, they talked about that, but then they talked about villains. And they did like a top 10. I did not agree. I don't even remember what they said, but I feel like they just like left people out. Um, I don't think you can have a good GH villain list without Manny Ruiz. Obviously, Helena is on there. Faison is on there. Um, One of the things that Bradford did let slip because he said something about, that he didn't think that him and Steve didn't look at the Alcazars um as villains. And then he said something specifically about Diego. And then
Hmm.
he said, I know Diego ended up being the text message killer, but they changed that because it was supposed to be somebody else. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Well, I kind of felt like
It was
it's
abrupt, but
just a
I
little
didn't
bit
know like
abrupt.
who if they
Yeah.
knew it was supposed to be somebody else.
Ooh. Did they say who it was supposed to be?
They didn't say.
Oh.
Um, Brother Man said that Stephen A. Smith got to fix that hairline. And then Miko's Cassadine. So,
Oh.
okay, I think that's a good thing. I want people to drop in the chat. And if you're listening, send us like that fan mail thing that's in the comments and tell us who your number one villains are.
Mm.
So, Brother Man is saying Miko's Cassadine. Um, Tara said Alcazar is the reason for the Metro Court hostage situation, but he's not a villain. I think that I think Alcazar to be a villain. It's tough on
Yeah, he
GH
is a
sometimes to
villain.
like say villains because like Sonny's such an anti-hero himself, and so when you have people who come up against Sonny, whatever. But no, I definitely think Alcazar was a villain.
Yeah, I did too.
Yes. Um Helena Castelline, my number one. I feel like if you have never seen Helena monologue over Mika, it wasn't Mika's, was it Stefan? That monologue she did, amazing.
Mhm.
They didn't mention, I don't know if they mentioned Cyrus, but I think the Cyrus is up there. I appreciate the portrayal of him because he was so back and forth. Because you were like, is he redeemed? Remember when he had that like podcast and then
Yeah.
that radio show that everybody listened to that one time? Because of Nina.
Right.
um, Anthony Zakara is peak mob villain, absolutely. He was
Yeah.
so crazy. Remember when he was in jail? Oh my god, a nut. Amazing scene though. Can I just say
Right.
one of my favorite scenes is Sonny telling Johnny that Claudia is his mama? Oh my God. If you have not seen that scene where Sonny
Ooh,
goes to tell Johnny Zakara that Claudia is his mama,
ooh, I need
you
to
have
rewind that.
missed out. It
Yeah.
was so good. They mentioned
Okay.
Ryan Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Ryan Chamberlain is top tier.
Top
Somebody
tier.
said Lorenzo wasn't a villain, but Luis Alcazar was. I could see that. I could see that. I, I feel like Lorenzo was like villainous, but I could see that. Yeah, Ryan Chamberlain was top five. Faith Roscoe, yes. Man, you remember when they put her
I
with
miss Faith.
Justice?
No.
You don't remember when Faith Roscoe was dating Justice?
No.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Yes, they were. They were.
Okay.
They mentioned Nell. Nell is correct. I know people didn't like Nell. Nell is my girl. I love Nell's
Mhm.
crazy ass. She was just so absurd. One of my favorite Nell scenes is her showing up to the custody hearing in that wedding dress.
Who was
Crazy.
she was partnering with somebody? Who was it? I forgot. I don't know.
What did you talk about?
She
Who
was
was partnering?
partnering with someone. She was partnering with someone when she did that. Like she was like in cahoots with someone.
Oh, Julian.
Julian, yes.
Yeah, she had just married Julian. Yep. Joss's uncle, yep, Jerry Jacks, an amazing
Mhm.
villain.
Yeah,
Really like him
he's one of
because
my favorites.
how you out here being such a menace and people still shipping you with Alexis.
I did.
Y'all are a mess. Yeah, I don't think you can have a villain list without Frank Smith. Like
Mhm.
Frank Smith is so important to the history of the show. Like, yeah, just absolutely. Heather Weber, interesting. Our BLT loving villain. I feel
Mhm.
like I liked the last portrayal of her, but it was like very cartoony. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think of Julian as a villain? I see Julian.
Yeah, he is, but I feel like he was trying not to be, but he was. He
Yeah.
couldn't help himself.
Yeah, we know Nell blackmailed Julian. Nell was blackmailing Julian with
Mhm.
the knowledge that he about Wiley, right? Or that he knew about
Wiley, yeah,
Wiley or
he knew
something.
about
Yeah.
Wiley. Yeah.
Shiloh, very good villain. I thought Shiloh, though I hated that character, I thought that actor was very, very good. And I
Mhm.
always said that I thought that Shiloh would have been a really good Peter. That actor would have been a good Peter August.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Tarzan Julian is a dodo bird. Oh, Brother Man said Jerry Jack should have been Z. That would have been interesting because he could have saved up,
Ooh,
could have rolled up and saved Jocelyn.
yes.
Yeah,
That would have been really interesting. And to have Sebastian Roach back too. That would have been cool.
yeah, he ain't coming back.
He ain't
Um,
coming.
Henry said all of Alexa's loves have been villains except for Ned and Neil. I would venture to say that Neil was a villain. What you mean? You a therapist sleeping with your? Nah, I hated
No.
that.
Yeah.
Colleen, Spencer's nanny. Colleen. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Remember. They
I
mentioned the
know.
original Franco. Yes, he was
Who's
original
Colleen?
Franco. I don't remember Spencer's nanny, if I'm being honest. Tell us what Colleen did.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Colleen GH. Um, anyway,
Mhm.
Tell us who he is. You think Esme's coming back? I think
She's in a new show. I think the Scooby Doo show
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah. Is
coming
it a
out.
show or a movie?
I don't know, but she's in it.
Oh, who was the one girl? Uh the one who hated that Patrick cheated on Robin with?
Oh, the nurse, or she was a
Yeah.
doctor. She was a fellow doctor.
Dr.
She went
Lisa
crazy.
Niles.
Lisa Niles, yeah,
Yeah.
she went
I
crazy.
remember when Lisa Niles went and took Emma for ice cream and didn't tell Robin, I said, Robin,
Mhm.
you got to get her. Okay.
Right. Ah,
Okay, y'all are telling us that. Okay, so TV Watcher says that the thing um, that
the
Avery
actress.
Pohl's gonna be in is a TV show. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Connor Bishop. Oh, such a good story because I mean not good, but like such good fallout, right? That
Yeah.
like Connor Bishop led to the like Emily and Nicholas affair of it all. I was really mad at Nicholas during that time. Really, really, really
Mm.
mad. Um, Marshmallow Bay said Esme is a Karen, not a villain. I think she can be both. I actually
Yeah.
wish that they would have talked more about that because I think the
Mhm.
audience understood Esme like using like her whiteness and her white womanness in the way that she
Right.
did. I think that Avery Pohl as an actress understood that, but I
Yeah.
don't think that GH talked about it. But
Right.
yeah, I feel like she was still one.
Yeah.
Y'all are continuing to say Ryan Chamberlain. Yeah, Valentine was a villain at one point. I feel like Valentine is one of those people, one of those characters that got beat down enough
Mhm.
to make people be like, okay, maybe.
Well, he
Like,
came in as a villain, taking over
yeah,
Casa or the Windermere.
yeah. Um,
Ah,
then we got GH has all the twins that lookalikes, yes. Drew
mhm.
is a semi lackluster villain. That's absolutely true. Yeah, Valentine, you remember he came in as a different name and he
Yeah.
shot Nicholas out a window.
Yeah.
And then he also was like gonna like kidnap Spencer's, all kind of stuff with Valentine. And then
Yeah.
they decided they wanted to keep him because James is so good. James Patrick Stewart is so good. They're like, okay, let's figure out how to do it with him. And so
Yeah.
they tried to bring him on as more of an anti-hero. Madeline Reeves is still a villain in death. Madeline is a menace. Okay. Has there ever been?
Any
Is
any
Madeline one of the
evil
worst mothers in
ever.
history?
Any evil that happens to that family is because of Madeline.
Like, just you be like, dang, you still doing stuff, girl?
You're not even alive. Ah,
My goodness. Somebody asked who is Neil. Sorry, I'm just like looking at that. So Neil was Alexis's therapist. That they fell in love with each other. He dropped her as a client. They slept together. And then she lied about it. So that's how she got disbarred, I believe. Isn't that what
mhm.
happened? And then
Something to do with alcohol
Harmony,
too.
yeah, something like that. And then Harmony had killed Neil in Alexis's bed, and that's when she relapsed
Mhm.
because she thought like they thought he just died.
Mhm.
And then Neil's brother showed up and was like trying to blackmail Harmony or something. Because Neil found out in therapy that Willow was not actually Harmony's daughter, that she was Nina's daughter. And so he was gonna tell, which you shouldn't, because that's breaking, whatever. And so chaos ensued.
Chaos.
um, yes, off topic, free Nicholas.
For real.
100% bring him back. Charlotte had a villainous moment, then Anna shot her on accident. Yeah. I remember when Charlotte was looking at her bullet wound in the mirror.
Right. I'm reading Helena's letters. I still think she has that potential for villainy. You just gotta let it
Yes.
free.
Yes. And then Anna's twin, that will be Alex. So here's the
Yes.
thing. Alex was not evil on All My Children. So
Mm-mm.
them like making her evil on GH was certainly I don't know, a
A choice.
choice. Nina was villain at first. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like if we're talking about who was a Karen and not a villain, it would be Nina, but I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. So, folks who are listening and not watching, leave us a comment and let us know who some of your favorite GH villains were. I'm going to go ahead and read the spoilers for next week and then we'll get up out of here. Um, okay. So, Monday, Carly clashes with Z. Jocelyn gets a surprise. Britt pleads with Date. Nina is gutted. Not like a fish, though. She probably finds out about Nathan. Lulu is stunned. Um, Tuesday, Carly is on the warpath. Danny makes a revelation. Michael has second thoughts. Tracy and Willow face off. Okay. Geo and Emma savor some alone time. You can see I really hadn't read these yet. Um, Wednesday, Sunny cautions Carly. Trina runs into Portia. Okay, shalom one. All right. Anyway, Rick takes on a new client. Molly faces a difficult choice. Lucas vents to Elizabeth.
I think Cody's
So
gonna stay in town now.
I think
I
so
don't think
too.
they're yeah, I don't think they're gonna go on that trip.
I think so too. Yeah. Um, Thursday, Liz is suspicious. Willow suffers a setback. Finally, I would like for her to
All
suffer
right.
more. Jordan makes a confession. Brooke Lynn gets called out. Curtis ponders his legal strategy. So I wonder if things come to a head on
Right.
this whole thing. Friday, old lovers reunite. Who do you think that is?
Valentine and Anna?
Maybe. I hope it's not Jocelyn and Vaughn.
Oh,
Lulu demands answers. I wonder if Lulu is going to turn up on Carly for her part in all of this. Now, I'm fine with Carly doing whatever she did, but I'm not mad at Lulu if she turns up. Ava questions Ethan. Chase is aghast. So I think the Brooklyn stuff is going to come out.
mhm.
And Britt gets big news.
Mm.
Well, hopefully everybody enjoys next week. I'm hoping that it is good and it brings us on another high next week. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about Sunday Shift. You can buy us a coffee. That'll be a link in the description. Make sure to let us know if you're on the playback who your favorite villains are. Um, and we will see you next week.
Have a great week, y'all.
Bye.